What's up, Terabytes? I'm Tara with Tara Simon Studios.
And I'm Coach Kat.
And today we're going to be teaching you how to sing ugly. What the heck does that mean? Stay tuned to find out.
Ooh. Let's talk about ugly singing. Why do we do ugly singing? Now, here's the thing. I make my students do ugly singing, especially when their voice is really in the back of their throat. Now, a lot of questions we get is how to stop singing from the back of your throat and putting it more in the forward placement. Ugly singing will help you with that. So we're going to get into the first step and show you right now.
Okay guys, so before I give you the step one, I want to show you an audible example of what singing that too overproduced, too back, too heavy sound sounds like, so that when we give you the fix, part one, you're going to be able to hear the difference. We'll give you an example of what that fix is sonically as well. So if I sing, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough. So there's this depression going on in the back of my throat. There's some people that may even like the way that sounds. Yeah. And it's not that it's bad. It just costs me a lot of vocal dollars to depress my sound and to create this tension and this overexerted strain and space in the back of my throat. And if I were doing it and that was a hard note for me, it would cost me even more, because when you have heavy notes that are high for you, it's like a double whammy. Okay, so part one, the very first step to alleviating this overproduced heavy sound is to squint sing. Okay, it's to give yourself this nasally facial expression, like you're just
the stank face.
The stank face. Okay,
actually. Stank.
Yeah, just give yourself a stank face. So it creates this lift right here. When I do this, my cheekbones raise, okay, and it widens my face out too. Okay, it's almost like a simulation of a smile, and I'm going to use that to draw the sound out of my throat in the back and forward into my nasal passages, okay? So even without step number two, just by doing this, you're going to hear a difference from the first to now. So here's my stank face, all right? Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Right?
Okay.
So I felt a difference in placement. It was easier, it was lighter, it was brighter for me. Now, whether or not you liked the sound of that one better than the first, well, that's your choice, right? But as far as a singer and as far as ease of singing, the latter was much easier for me than the former.
Right, and be careful with using the squint though. Sometimes my students, they really force it because they're really trying to focus on squinting.
Trying too hard.
Don't force it, let it be carefree. It's ugly singing.
Yes.
You don't need to sound like Beyonce.
Right.
You just need to sound ugly. That's just it. Because the reason why we do ugly singing again is to really get that nasal passage as well as the forward placement.
Yes.
Don't focus on sounding good, but
It's
also
true.
don't push and don't force.
Yeah, that's actually a really good piece of advice, because if you're a pro singer and you sound good trying things, even when you're trying to sound bad, you still sound kind of better than other people. Don't think that you have to. Like, that's actually a really good point. Don't force the overexertion of something good, because then that becomes bad too.
Right.
Okay? All right, moving on to step number two.
All right, y'all, let's get into step two. Now, this is what we call tabletop. In tabletop, you're really bending over. But when you're bending over, you want to be carefree, okay? Just feel a stretch in your back. So Tara is going to example kind of what the bending over tabletop looks like.
Okay, so walk me through it.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our feet kind of more apart.
Okay, hip to shoulder width apart, guys.
And now what you're gonna do is bend your knees a little bit. And now she's going to lean forward. And when she leans forward, she's gonna feel that stretch in her back. Her arms are going to really carry her downwards. So just let everything hang and be free. Now, as you can see with her head, she's not looking upwards.
That's wrong.
Yeah, that's not what you're supposed to do because that will put tension and strain in your throat.
And this is wrong too, the chin to the neck.
Right, so you want to keep it straight, okay? So your tabletop. Now what you're gonna do is either with your warm-up or your song, you're gonna apply it with the ugly singing and you're gonna sing down. And the reason why we do tabletop is because we are singing downwards. So everything is going to be more placed in our front. And not only that, we are going to be using our core a lot more and using our breathing techniques and strengthen that kind of push that we need properly. That push that we need to be able to project our voice and get it from behind the throat to the forward.
Exactly. And also be careful because gravity's gonna want your shoulders to hunch forward. You gotta keep them back and straight too. Kind of like you're doing an upright row for you guys who work out. You're gonna upright row, but this is gonna be the base of your upright row. Okay?
Right.
So I'm gonna give myself the same squint, and this is kind of like the fail-safe, guys. If you're squinting and you're just not feeling that placement really hammered home, the gravitational pull here is gonna force the sound forward into your nasal passages involuntarily. So when I come down here, I'm still gonna use my squint, but I'm allowing gravity at this point to help bring me all the way to home base, okay?
Right.
So
And don't push, y'all.
Yeah, no pushing. And you don't need to because gravity's doing the work for you. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
There you go.
Woo! And I really feel like a sense of pressure. I feel a big sense of pressure in my nasal passages, even in the backs of my eyes, because not only am I squinting, but I'm allowing that gravity to force the sound forward and down.
Right, and when you guys heard her sing, you would also hear that it is a lot more projected and it's a lot more, it's a lot stronger when she's singing because it's going to be a challenge. Some people find it challenging and that's okay. Just keep practicing. But again, don't force it because you can really pull a lot of muscles, not only in your throat, but in like your neck area and your shoulder area. You just don't want to do.
So take it easy and allow the work to be done for you with these steps.
All right, y'all, so how to sing ugly. Remember, step 1 is to get that stank face going.
Squint that nose.
Squint that nose. Squint that nose. And don't push it. Just squint that nose.
Absolutely. And step number 2, tabletop it out, okay? You guys saw the example. If you need to rewind and watch again, maybe go in front of a mirror, that's totally fine. But singing ugly, it actually helps you sing pretty later. So embrace the ugly now for the beautiful later. We hope this video helped you guys. Make sure if it did to check us out in the comments box below and let us know. Let us also know what you'd like us to do tutorials on next because we take our suggestions straight from the comments box.
We read y'all's comments.
We do. We read them all and we really try to respond. So also, we got some merch going on, guys, in case you haven't noticed. My lovely assistant here shouting it out. So make sure that you grab some merch in the description box below. And if you do, take a photo and send it to the email in the description box so that we can put your photo in one of our videos. You never know, you may show up. Thanks so much for watching our channel, guys. You're the best part of it. We love you. We are proud of you. Make sure you spread faith, not fear, love, not germs. Be a blessing in a stranger's life because that is how we change the world. And we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.